Hi guys, yes, it's the Liver Awareness Show, and this week we're doing something different because obviously I was in a news clip about their new campaign for blood and transplant, which is Leave Them Certain. That's all about getting people to discuss their wishes of organ donation to their families, so their families know their wishes, because it's all right knowing 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 what your wishes are, but if you don't let your family know, they're not going to know when they decide to donate or not what your wishes intend to be, and they can go against what you wished in the first place. And there has been a number of cases that, because at the moment it's still possible for them to change that decision. We've got Talk Manu and we've got Charlie on the stream. How are you?
I'm all
Yeah,
good,
good, my friend. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. I was feeling a bit iffy yesterday. Just had my vaccine, so I was feeling a bit iffy by the end of yesterday, but it seems to get better now.
When you say iffy, what do you mean?
Just a bit of flu-like symptoms, really. Just feeling very tired and just sort of like just a bit like feeling a bit warm as well. Just general small flu symptoms, really.
Yeah.
But that's all right now. So that's just lasted a day, really, and I feel a lot better now.
So you've got to wait. What is it? 3 weeks now.
I've got to wait now. The next dose is in May.
No, I mean 3 weeks before you get the antibody build up.
I think so.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not in a rush anyway.
But has it give you has it made you feel any different in terms of like the sort of worrying about things? What about it?
No, not really. It's still out there. If I get it, then it's still a major risk. It's always going to be sort of a risk anyway, being a liver patient. It's not bad actually. It's like I said, these loads of people that have been going on saying it's this, it's that, it's all the other. Like, they're talking A-level bollocks.
Telling me, mate, it's
That's scaremongering.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. And you find a lot of these people that do this scaremongering are people that don't like doing vaccines, or anti-vaxxers they call them.
I don't understand though. How can you?
I know, it's just quite simple. If you don't believe in it and you don't want it, right, stay in lockdown then, because it's the only way we're getting out of it in the end, aren't we? So yeah, it's definitely it's if you want to be out and you want the way forward, then you've got to do that. So but like I said earlier, we were just going to go on. You all right, Daniel?
Yes. Buzzing after yesterday.
What's that?
Buzzing after yesterday.
Buzzing after yesterday? What happened yesterday?
Chelsea won yesterday.
Oh, do you know what? I was so out of it. I wasn't thinking, mate. I was just saying that's some flu-like symptoms. So I was more worried about going to bed, to be honest. But yeah, the sort of sweats and everything and all that, they've all died down now, so I should be okay now.
You just missed me ranting at the referees all second half.
No, only Arsenal can moan at them.
Werner got punched twice. Giroud got punched in the stomach, and Mel got punched, and ref didn't see it.
Who are you facing? Anthony Joshua?
Newcastle.
Yeah, I did say 3. I said 3-0 to Chelsea. and I said that what's his name, Tuchel, will be wanting to give the players an opportunity to to go out and shine, and he has to give them minutes in order for them to prove that they're worth keeping.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got Verbal Swan in the chat. How are you?
Yo,
By the way, the link should be pinned up in the trying to think in the YouTube chat. I'm actually going to put it in the rest of the chats. That's if this computer stops freezing every 5 seconds. Yes, I want you to do that. Put that in there. There we go. So yeah, earlier this week, I was in a sort of news story. Oh, at the end of it was actually last Friday. So in a news story on the local news, they were promoting blood and transplants campaign, Leave Them Certain, which is about knowing your wishes in terms of organ donation. Because it's all right you knowing, but you're not going to be alive in that situation when they've got to make a decision, right? And family members can still make that decision. And if they don't know your wishes, they can easily just say, well, we generally believe, like religiously or something, that we religiously maybe don't believe in that, so we're going to do that. So won't be able to come on because of I'm going to watch the Champions League game today. Like I said, I was hoping to do it this time because I was hoping Red Devil Studio would come on because he's an ex-doctor, and this is a good time to catch him. But obviously not. So we'll think of it another time. But yeah, let me just think. We'll do right. We'll just have a look at this. So I'll show you the Leading Certain blood and transplant ATV news and blah. Just trying to see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not it. Right, I'm just gonna quickly go on. Actually, I'm still trying to find it now. I had it earlier. It's winding me up now. Shouldn't be that far off. But yeah, what are your wishes in terms of organ donation, for example?
Well, my dad actually donated an organ to me, so.
What's that?
My dad donated a kidney to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So have you had kidney problems all your life?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Since I was about 18 months old.
Okay. Did you want to share that with everyone, or did you want to keep that to yourself? There's no pressure. You don't have to.
I won't share parts, but I'll share bits. So, 18 months old, I started feeling ill, like flu-like symptoms, and then it eventually got worse and worse. And went to the doctors to find out what it was. Found out it was a problem with my kidneys. So, and then later on, like 5 or 6 years later, it spread up. So I had to have my gallbladder removed as well.
Oh, that's man. You all right now though?
Yeah. The transplant was about April 2019, so more than a year ago now.
Oh wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, good on you, mate. I think, and no doubt, this is probably a subject you really want to. Oh, there it is. Sorry, my computer's just gone absolutely AWOL.
Yeah, that's fine.
So how old was you then when you had the surgery?
14.
14. How did you? Because I've had major surgery as well, and I remember then that when I went in, actually, I'll tell you what it was. Actually, what really sort of made it get real and made me start to panic a bit was when did you have to use the Hebe scrub?
I can't remember bits of it, to be honest.
Oh,
you
the
have to
scrub
use-
you have to use beforehand.
Yeah, you have to use it.
Ah, yeah. I get what you
about-
mean. That's shit.
For about a week. It's about a week. You have to use this scrub because it stays on your body for ages and stuff. And
Trust me, when it comes to transplants, they don't worry about that.
Yeah.
They ain't got time for that shit.
Well, it was when I was using that then I started to realise I was like, because I kept going to reach for my normal, like, Creed Aventus shower gel, or I'm only joking, not Creed Aventus. I go for my Lynx, half shower gel, yeah, and I go and I'd grab this Hebe scrub, and I'd be like, crap. And then on the night, I remember the night before, oh man, I was out of my mind. I was totally out of my mind. I really was. I don't know how you coped at that age, but at the time I was a lot older than you.
I was stressing.
Yeah.
I've got to admit it.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's awful feeling.
Yeah, for a week or two before the actual transplant. Yeah, I was stressing.
Because you know what I did as well before my surgery, I was so worried that I wasn't going to make it through it.
Yeah,
and,
same.
Every night I went to sleep, I would imagine that I would not wake up. Do you know what I mean?
It's very stressful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very stressful and awful. And then when you wake up and you're in ICU.
Yeah.
You know, that moment when you kind of wake up and there's somebody there whose face you recognise, but somebody else whose face you don't recognise. It's a bit of an odd sensation, that.
Yeah.
And I remember wanting water. The first thing I wanted was water. I was like, water. I need water. It's like I'd been in the desert for a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, yeah. But I mean, yeah. It's a worrying thing. But I think for someone of your age to deal with it, obviously. I think obviously going forward in your life, it must make you stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mentally and physically.
Yeah, because dealing with that at such a young age, you know, you've got it's a big thing. I mean, at that age, you should be just worrying about, you know.
Ages like 11, 14, and that, you shouldn't be worrying about these things. And
no.
You shouldn't even have to cross your mind. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna. I think I'm gonna be able to find it any minute now.
But yeah, I mean, have you got?
I got it. You got?
Yes. What have you got?
I got it. I got the news article. Sorry about that. It's been ages. But yeah. Here's a question for you, Talk Menu.
What surgery?
For God's sake, this bloody computer.
Mine was heart.
Heart, yeah. I love it how you said about like afterwards you wanted water straight away.
Yeah.
Right. My last transplant, because they had to my liver ended up attached to the stomach, so they had to break that away, and because that caused obviously a hole in the stomach, they had to stitch that up a bit again, and they had to literally, in their words, they told me later they had to pray it would leak. They didn't tell me at the time. I'm like, oh shit. So no wonder I wasn't allowed to do that for 2 weeks. Well, apparently for 2 weeks straight, because of they explained that my liver was attached to the stomach. They said for 2 weeks you can't eat or drink straight. I can't eat or drink.
Shit.
Because if for 2 weeks, and whilst you've got to keep the stomach's got to be dry for that to heal. So if it's wet, all it's going to do is just soak through the stitching and just leak. So I had to stay dry for 2 weeks. So I was like that, and then in an ITU where there's hardly any air, it's dry as fuck. I'm like, oh my god! I made them count. I made them know that I'm counting every day, right? And every time I'm like, you lot are getting it when I fucking get out of this. You lot are getting it. Because that's the thing, like I would take the piss out of them all the time, and they know if I put me through shit like that, they're getting it. Like I wouldn't stop bantering them for like ages. But yeah, see if I can share this screen now. Here we go. Right, so yeah, this was on the local news, which is NHS's new Leave Them Certain organ donation campaign. And it's just been launched in order to families talk about the organ donation. You might have seen that. You see this link, this advert here. I don't know if you've seen that on the news, on ITV or something. So yeah, this is just about some of the stories that about this loved one has donated, and here you go. This is what they asked me if I could be as a recipient, speak about it. So yeah, I've had say about I've had 6 transplants. That's my sister. That was after my 5th, and that tube was not an NG, an NJ, because I ended up with a perforated stomach after my second part. I went in for a divert blood flow. That the artery collapsed overnight, which killed the liver. So we had to find an emergency transplant. And if it wasn't someone having an O+ transplant, I could have been in serious trouble at that time. So we nicked half of it, not half, because you can cut the liver. They cut half of that off and giving it to me to keep us going. And what happened during that surgery is it perforated the stomach. And when they finally found that out, they couldn't do anything but do some glue work and it made me stay dry for 8 weeks.
Whoa!
So what they did to keep my weight up is they put that NG tube, instead of going to your stomach, it went further down to the duodenum, so it went past the stomach. So that way it would. So that way it wouldn't make the stomach wet, so I can keep my weight up. Do you know what? And having them put in is probably worse than me having a transplant. Honestly.
Do you know what? What you just I was just going to say, because I remember when I came round and everything else, right? It was about, I think, well, your mind's a bit hazy after a general anaesthetic when you've been under general anaesthetic. I was under for about, I think it was about 18 or 19 hours. But anyway, when I started to feel a bit uncomfortable in my tummy, in my stomach area.
And this is what I said. Yeah, and this is what I said, is that every time you get a transplant that's someone who's passed away, there's always a family that's ended up losing someone, and you feel that in a way. And your heart goes out to them, but also your heart is so thankful for them donating that and giving you a chance to live. And when you get that news that you've got a transplant, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Yeah,
I can imagine that.
Because even at 11, and I'll take that down now. Even at 11 years old, right? They knew what would happen if I didn't get a liver. They didn't dress it up. So yeah, it's
Did you have?
You had the I did have the Kasai procedure. They don't do it in America, but they do it over here because it sort of works in sort of providing time. It doesn't usually work and stop you having a transplant in the end. But yeah, it's Kasai is literally where they just attach it straight to the bile ducts, and it rarely works, to be honest. Especially.
Did you have drains put in your tummy?
Oh yeah.
No, that's what I was just going to say. They're awful.
I went for one time to stop having another transplant in 2011. Went for reconstruction of the vein. It took 3 weeks to close the stomach, and then we had at one point, because I was leaking so much fluid, I ended up with 6 drains in me at one point.
Oh, they're awful.
I'm trying to. Yeah, it's but like I said, it's.
But you know, when they took them out, well, when they took mine out, I figured I found them. Yeah, I didn't know they were there until I sort of felt uncomfortable, and I moved the sheet, and I was like, what's that? It's two fucking plastic pipes about half-inch thick.
Oh yeah, it's when you wake up, you realise, trying to look at that. What the fuck have I done here?
When I got the note, I said, yeah, how'd you come over? And she's like, oh, you're all right, love. I'm like, I feel a bit better.
To be honest, every time I've done a transplant, I'm like, hang on, that's new. What the fuck have I done here?
But when they took her out, she said to me, listen, there's no other way of doing this apart from me just pulling these out. And I said, what? And she's messing around with scissors because she cut these little stitches that was holding them in place. And I was thinking, did she just say what I thought she said? And then she said, oh, can you just look at that board for me? And as I turned my head round, whoosh, she just pulled it out. And then I had to do the other side. It was just, and then there's loads of like watery blood just like coming out all over him. It was awful.
Well, I'll tell you this, and anyone can do this as well. We have a Discord server, and one of the features on there is raising awareness and liver disease and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to know more, what I do is I do put like general stuff out about liver disease. Like I've put various links to certain articles. So I think I've put the Angular article there onto my Discord server. So new comments. We'll go to new comments then. I might go to new comments. There it is. So yeah, if anyone wants to, please, can anyone? That's one thing I want to do as well, is get people on a Discord server, like get chatting about football, F1, but then looking at these new, like these articles and learn a bit more about liver disease themselves. So, because then, like, the more people,
do you know what? You need to make people aware, especially right now, mate. Especially right now. A lot of people are turning to alcohol, and
that's what's worrying.
That can cause problems in the liver, obviously.
And
to
be fair, it does take a lot.
Of course, yeah, but it can, if you know, some people, it can affect if you do sort of go on a bit of a, you know, a week, 2 week, 3, 4, 5, 6 of constant. It can have a massive effect on your liver, can't it?
It can do, yeah. If constant use of it, yeah.
A lot of people are struggling with obviously different issues, but a lot of people are struggling with the mental health side of things, and they're turning to, you know.
Charlie, actually, what I said, you mentioned about your kidney transplant earlier. That's funny enough. My fourth transplant went all right, clockwork, right? And I was up and about. There was a massive difference from where I was. But my surgeon came out straight after the surgery. I've just had it. I'm off to ITU and everything. Right, my mum and sister were there, and he looked like a face that he'd done something wrong. Right, like something terrible has happened.
Yeah.
My mum was like, "How's it gone?" and everything, and my sister's like, "Where's Stephen?" Right, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I had to, I couldn't save it." And I'm like, then my mum was like, "Why? What's happened?" Right, And my sisters are literally like, what? Where's Stephen? He went, oh no, he's fine. Like, no, he said no. She went, no, it was no. I couldn't save it. I couldn't save the kidney. I had to remove it. And my mum was like, I had to remove kidney. What? Hang on, what's happened there? She went, and my sister's literally about to grab him by the scruff of the neck and go, where is he? Right? And he's just gone, oh yeah, Stephen's fine. He's off to ITU. It's not a problem. So he had this face that like he's literally like he's killed me, and he's just like, oh no, he's fine. He's off to ITU. What happened was all the scar tissue and collaterals that had built up, right, had built up around his kidney. It made it look like it was dead. So what they do in that situation, they couldn't clear it off while it was in there. So what they do, they take it out and try and save it, or do they take it out and eliminate the risk of it causing a problem if it is dead, or keep it in and risk it being not and risk further surgery. So they decided at the time to take it out. When they cleaned it all up, they found it was perfectly working. So when he told me that, I was like, you fucking stole my kidney, didn't you?
Yeah,
you back.
Whatever you got for it, I want half.
For your private eBay service, isn't it? You can sell it on the black market.
You know what? Hey, listen to this.
He looked like as glum as hell, and I'm like, you fucking bastard! You just nicked my kidney.
Imagine this. Because I can't remember half the stuff that my consultant told me when I got told I needed to have this operation. So, it's like you get a bit panicked and you just start thinking the worst, and you don't take even half of what they're telling you. So anyway, I remember my surgeon coming to see me, but this other surgeon I'd seen like once before. The surgeon had a chat with me, and then he went away, and then the other guy stayed behind, and he said, and it was an Indian surgeon, and we was talking about photography and everything else, and then he said I've never seen such a beautiful job, and I was thinking, what's he on about? I thought it was like I was talking about something at home, so I was like, oh right, yeah, have they done a good job then? And he said, oh yeah, he did an absolutely marvellous job. It's absolutely fantastic. He said the most amazing thing was watching him hold your heart up out of your chest. And I said, and I didn't even know that had happened. And I said, he did what? And he said, he held your heart in his hands out of your chest because it was totally disconnected. It was he had it in his. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I didn't know that had happened. And they put me on a those machines that does all the stuff for you.
Yeah.
What they call? I don't know what they're called now, but and also they froze me. They had to freeze my body down to a certain temperature in order to slow everything down, so I didn't get any brain damage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know all this until afterwards, and I was like, if they'd have told me that beforehand, there's no way would I have gone. I wouldn't have let her go. You know what I mean? It was like so frightening. And do you know what, Stephen? When he told me about doing your sternum, that's why I asked you, did you feel like you'd been hit by a bus? Because I did.
Yeah. It felt like it in a sense, but it did. To be honest, it didn't make so much difference to how I would feel after a transplant anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably it's worse for me because I'd never had any other kind of surgery before ever. So it was just, it was new, and it was like,
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. If you haven't had surgery before, it's a sort of experience in itself.
Yeah.
So any sort of experience like that would be bad.
Yeah. I think making people aware of the risks of alcohol consumption. I mean, obviously, a bit here, a little bit there. It's like me when I watch the program I watch with my missus, and when we watch it, I always have like half a cup full of Jim Beam with some Pepsi. That's it. I mean, half a cap full of Jim Beam, you know, wouldn't get a
I
flying test on it.
will say is I'm just going to say the amount of streams I've got, it's not going to be like that every week, to be honest. I've just got a load of streams to do this week. Right, but I'm not going to have a massive amount of streams like that all the time. Right, so I've got literally loads for literally 1 week. I'm going to end up doing about over 10, 11 in a week. So, but it's not going to be that low all the time. Right. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, organ donation, I would definitely say is the most. It's always, and I wouldn't. It's not an opinion. It's a fact, right? It's the most best gift you can give as a human being to another.
Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean, did you watch that program? Did you watch that program, Stephen, about is it called On the Edge, the life and death situations in surgery? And it showed you this guy who had new lungs. He needed new lungs, and I was totally like gobsmacked at what they were doing with this guy. I couldn't believe it. It was just like, you know. Did you not see it? No, it was on the BBC. I can't remember what it was called now. But it was just absolutely mind-blowing what they would do. What they can do nowadays is just, it's quite, you know, it's frightening, really.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that's the thing. How fascinating we've got. There's so much still to learn about our own body and what we can do with it.
But the other thing is how the body repairs itself and all.
Yeah.
You know, that's another fascinating thing, because the body is it's like, I think, is it the mouth that heals quicker than anywhere else? Because if you cut your tongue or your inside of your mouth, if you notice, it heals up really quick. And I believe I think that's the fastest part of your body to heal, is the inside of your mouth, for obvious reasons, because it's in the triangle of danger and in your brain for infection.
Yeah, I'll just share this screen as well, because there's actually something about with we all know it's opt out, right? So that is if you that basically means if you don't decide to do anything, they'll take it, right? That's unless your family doesn't decide otherwise. But what I'll show you is there will opt out system now, which is so much better, I think, in a way. And yeah, you've got the registered to not to donate, which is out here. But to make sure you do get what you want, as well, I'd say still that you still got to talk to your families about it. Yeah, it's here. Registered to donate. You can click on that and get ready to do it that way. There's another part which is get the facts behind the common misconceptions around organ donation and funeral arrangements, faith and beliefs, the opt-out system, and more. I feel that if you're going to talk about funeral plans, right, if you should have this involved, but that's if you're thinking at that age. But when it comes to just in general, go and talk about to your family. So anyway, go talk about it with your families, because you never know what could happen the next day. That's the thing. We never know what can happen the next day.
Life's very short, mate. Let me tell you that. I know that.
I'll tell you what, I was nice and healthy for a year after my last transplant, right? And then it's all gone up the creek again. So yeah, you don't know what life can throw next time.
I know, because when I went, the surgeon I went to see said, you can drop dead at any moment, and I was like, what? And he said, yeah, because it's so serious. What's wrong with you? You could drop dead at any moment. And I think it was like 2 days before that, I'd been playing golf with my mate. Acting the goat, I was running down hills with my golf cart behind me, right, jumping over sand dune, the sand traps, right? Doing like trying to do the Ministry of Silly Walks out of Monty Python, acting the goat. You know what I mean? Getting everybody laughing. Everybody's laughing at me, and I'm tumbling and banging myself about all over the shop, not realising that at any moment, one of my main arteries that feeds the whole body with blood could have just tore.
Stopped.
Well, no, it tears. It's like a massive. It's called it's called an aneurysm. And when you get an aneurysm, your main artery swells up like imagine a balloon's being blown up and blown up and blown up, right? If you get it to such an extent where it's one bit more of air would pop it. If you touch that balloon with anything, it'll burst. And that's where I was at, and I didn't realise that. And when they told me that, I still had to wait. So I had to wait for like a good few months before I could go in for the surgery, and I was absolutely terrified because I was thinking all the time, shit, if I fall over or something, it could like bang it and it could just go. And he said if it does burst, you've got literally around about 5 minutes to get into surgery and get it sorted. Otherwise, you're gone. Simple as that.
That's the scariest thing someone could ever say to you, though, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. Of course. I mean, because it's like, fucking hell. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? It's like, but, So, yeah, I understand about, I know, life is a gift and you have to make the most of it. And,
so many people take it for granted.
Of course they do, yeah. And
what they've got. No, some people don't take for granted what they've got. It's like anyone would say. It's like anyone that moans about like their life when they've got all the health in the world. It's like, do you want to swap?
Yeah, that's it, innit? No,
I bet me, I would love to swap you.
I sometimes do this, right? Listen to this. This is what I do sometimes at night. When you get the moments at night where you've watched a film, you've done whatever, you've had something to eat, you sat there, and you're nearly tired and ready to go to bed, but you've got that like 5 or 10 minutes where you just sat thinking. And I always remind myself to point out to myself what I've got, compared to what a lot of other people haven't got. And I always go through it in my head, and I'll say to myself, "Come on, look at what you've got. You've got this, you've got that, you've got the other. You don't worry about this, you don't worry about that. You know what I mean?" And then you think about the people who've got. Especially right now, we know there's a loads of kids who are going hungry. Still, there's kids still going hungry, which is, to be fair, I can't say anything really because obviously Marcus Rashford has already said it. But and there's also still people living out on the streets, and some people are still dying from living on the streets in the freezing cold temperatures. You know what I mean? You have to just sort of, and I know I've heard stories from people who've said, you see people who are out on the streets and you hear their story, and they're like, they were once where you are right now, but they're now on the streets with nothing. And you have to go and walk away and think about that and think, Jesus Christ, anything could happen. You just don't know what could happen. One thing could go wrong in the whole setup of your life that can cause everything to just go south, big time.
Yeah.
And you're on your ass. You've got fuck all. You've got no house, no car, no money. You just literally got clothes on your back and what you can scrounge off people. You know what I mean? You see it all the time. You see them like ex-solicitors, ex-accountants, doctors, lawyers, whatever. It's all gone south on them and gone wrong. And it's not just, not everybody who lives on the street is doing it out of choice or a criminal or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes things happen in life that you just have no control over, and it just goes totally wrong and south on you, and that's it. And I don't know how you would cope with that, if I'm honest with you, because I don't think I could. I don't think I could cope with that. So I'm always thankful for what I've got. And I know we're not talking about racism, but whilst I'm on the subject, this is what pisses me off about the people who find the time to sit there on their fucking devices and go, "Ooh, who can I be nasty to because of their colour of the skin?" It's like, you fucking sad bastard.
Get a life.
You know what I mean? Get a fucking life, you sad bastard. Put your energy to fucking better use and do some fucking more
or they
constructive.
could be nasty because of your health or your
Yeah.
or just like because your gender, because of this. It's just like I could do so much more with your life. I wish I could have your life because I'd do so much more with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have to worry about going to hospital every 5 minutes. I could stream as much as I want because I'd have all the energy in the world.
Yeah.
Right? But we got Bargab with us now. How are you?
Good. So there are two things actually. So this morning I saw the Wilfried Zaha podcast, and he was talking about some of the abuse he gets, and it's it's like people telling him, "I hope your kid gets diabetes. I hope your kid gets heart failure and stuff like that." And I'm like, that is the lowest of the low scumbags of the world when it happens. Second thing though is Stephen, how long after these procedures is your recovery time in the hospital?
It varies how good your recovery is, really. My best time would have been the best time was after my fourth. It took about 19 days, so just about 3 weeks.
19 days in the hospital?
Yeah, that's how quickly it went. It was actually
You said
that
that's
was
the
actually that
quickest.
quick. That was really quick. Like, because usually you take about a month.
Yeah.
So around about a month is usual recovery. My fifth one had major complications afterwards, so I didn't get out until like I went in July. Well, I think it was a couple of days after we were knocked out by Iceland in the 2016 Euros. I went in there, and I had after that it was it's about the end of June or something. Yeah, it was about the 30th of June or anything, because I remember the transplant I had was on the same day of the 100 years of the battle since the Battle of the Somme. And what was ironic is my great uncle was in that battle and he died on the first day. So it was kind of weird that I had the transplant on the same sort of date, about 600 years later. So yeah, then that one we didn't get out till about November. We didn't get out till about November in that one. But yeah, usually about a month it usually takes, as usual. Some people get it out quicker, some people don't. Depends how quickly like you heal and how quickly like you heal recover from surgery. I've always been quite good when it comes to recovery. So, but for some people, it can take longer. It just depends.
Man, that's insane. 19 days for being the quickest, and like at most, it's gonna be about like a month, all in the hospital. That's a lot of time.
I was in for 12 days after my transplant.
I mean, to be fair, it might be a month, but it could be a lot worse. So
yeah,
right. So I don't mind it, to be honest.
what part, the
I
hospital or
missed
the
a comment here actually. George says hi, Steve. I don't know why everyone calls me Steve. It's Stephen. Right. What surgery was you? Yeah, that was already done. That. Big up, hit the likes, people. Yes, hit the likes, people. Right, share the stream while we're live as well. Right, sorry, I mentioned this at the start. All right, because that's just probably me not being with it today. Yeah, share the stream while we're live. Get more people involved. Get more people to come on and have if there's any awareness things you want to raise up, there's the link. Come on. No, that's the Discord link. Sorry. That's the link. Go and check out that. go and bring yourself, come on here and have your say and raise anything awareness you want to raise up. Discord as well is Discord server. Go on there. Football, F1, can all chat about it, right? Season's getting closer now for the F1 because the cars are being launched. So, yeah, so go check that out. And then we've got stuff on liver disease and the charity itself. And those are, I might do another sort of channel where any awareness you want to raise up, you can put on there. So, yeah, go and check that out. Go sign up to the Discord server, right? And invite people as well. Get people to join in as well. So, more people, the merrier. And I try and jump on there at times and like talk and trying to talk as well. So, so yeah, those. So. So right, the opt-out system. Now, I'll show this link up, page up back up again. Right, the opt-out system. A number of countries within the UK have moved or are moving to an opt-out system for organ donation to help save and improve more lives. Within the opt-out system, the decision about whether or not you choose to donate your organs is still yours to make. If you don't want to donate, it's really quick and simple to record your decision on the NHS donor register.
This is for if you die, right?
What?
This is for if you like pass away.
Yeah. You may see misleading messages on social media claiming that the deadline for recording your organ donation decision is coming soon. Request that your details are withdrawn from the register. The organ donation decision you have previously recorded, whether to donate or not to donate. Right, you hang on, let me read that again. If you request that your details are withdrawn from the register, the organ donation decision you have previously recorded, whether to donate or not to donate, will be removed from the NHS donor register along with your personal details. This will mean that there is no longer any recorded decision on your register. In an opt-out system, if there is no recorded decision for you, it will be considered that you agreed to donate your organs after death, unless you are in a excluded group, or you have let your friends or family know your organ donation decision, and they pass this on to the team involved in your end-of-life care. If you record an opt-out decision, you are recording your decision not to donate your organs and tissue after death. Your decision is added to the NHS organ donation register and will be respected in the event of your in respect of death. So that's just basically what it comes down to. And yeah, it's like I said, I don't see why yeah, I think when it comes to donation, right, you should do what you can to donate. I'm sorry, I don't get people. I don't get why you wouldn't want to donate, but it's some people have their beliefs, some have, and they can't be swayed from that. Bargav, is there anything you want to sort of raise up or anything before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I mean, stuff to talk about, I guess. This whole the organ donation thing is very important. I've never like looked into pretty much everything of it, but I'll talk to you next week about it. Like other issues I'd like to raise is um, mental health during like this isolation period. I
Yeah.
hope people are doing well and finding outlets.
I might
To
extend
face
that.
their-
I might think of doing that at some point.
What?
I might think of doing that at some point on a liver awareness show about mental health, because it has, as Charlie said, it has effect on you mentally as well.
On are you talking about liver disease and like the depression side of things?
No,
Or just in general?
no, yeah, the fact it affects you mentally in terms of having to deal with the trauma and everything. But and the fact you're ill. Plus, also like people can come on and raise any issues they've got with their mental health. So it may just be So it'll be based around liver disease, but people can come on and have their own and explain their own experience.
And this lockdown
No, I
won't
totally
help
agree.
too,
That's definitely
as
one
well.
thing. The other like issue that I would love to like see.
But there's been been one on GNA TV, and which was really good, and that's I think the difference I want to make it is that it's around liver disease, but people can come on and have their say on mental health as well. So
if you get a chance, watch the one that me and Talk Manu did the other day. And we were talking about like just
because that's the
anxiety.
thing. I wanted to come on to that one, but I was busy.
Yeah, like we're probably going to talk about something related to that, is how to stay motivated. Because one of the things today was the last stream was about anxiety. What is it? Like, how does it manifest? Because a lot of people don't know what anxiety is actually, because you just feel anxious.
Yeah.
But there's like components of it, and then we were talking about like how we can kind of work with it, because some people there's a part of it that's like very natural and controllable, and there's a part that's not. One of the things I wanted to raise, like awareness wise, is smoking. The effect of smoking, like as you progress in life. Like I'm pretty sure, like being in the hospital, have you seen a lot of pneumonia in like cancer patients?
Yeah.
Like lung cancer patients.
Yep.
And is that like, and I feel like that's also pretty comparable to like comparable to like liver disease in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I've also
It's
seen
pretty-
lung and heart. I've also seen heart and lung patients smoking outside the front door of a hospital.
Yeah, hands down. That's what like.
And I'm like, so what's the point of you being here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're just wasting their time
It
and their
sucks,
money,
man.
and to people, there's many people that can benefit from that, and you're wasting it.
It sucks so much to see somebody like coughing up blood, but yeah, that's like that's the other podcast. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll like is there anything else talking about today?
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, I think, to be honest, that I wasn't going to do a long stream because I didn't feel particularly right anyway. I thought at one point I was going to have to cancel it. So I'm going to wrap up there for now. I'll be more prepared next time for next week's show. We'll go a bit more about certain types of liver disease for children. There's many other ones we can go through. And it helped me learn a bit about others as well, because I don't know all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know all of them. I know a few, but not all of them. Because there's just so many. But yeah, thanks to Manu and Bargav that were on, everyone that was in the chat. Thanks, Charlie, for coming on and sharing your experience.
Cheers for having me on, Stephen.
What's that?
Thanks for having me on.
No, it's no worries. Thanks for sharing that, and yeah, I hope everything stays well with you, mate. And
you.
you can always, I've just got you on Twitter, so you can always message me if you have any problems or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for everyone. And we will see you. I will see you. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with the. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow for the Hot Off the Press show, which will be Man City playing tomorrow, Charlie.
Yeah, playing Everton in the league.
Playing Everton in the league.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your game in hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my Hot Off the Press show is at 7. It's always been at 7.
I think it kicks off at 8. So yeah.
Do you know what I might do? Is I might put that at 6. I'll put it at 6. That's what I'll do. And then
City kicks off at 8:15.
Yeah, because then if I put it about 6, then that could, yeah, we can then if I put it at 6, then there's not people going to the Champions League games or anything like that. So
yeah.
Okay, I'll come and do that. Just drop me the link on Twitter. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's tuned in anyway, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Oh no, ads. We're about to wrap it up. Ads.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad. No.
Cool. Yeah. Do you got anything to say about organization or anything like that before we wrap this up?
Yeah, just just if you can, just send a bit of money through. Yeah, just it's a good cause, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I mean, organ donation is like one of the greatest gift you can give, isn't it? So.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah. Is there any causes you want to raise up before we wrap this up? And
No, I all I want to say is just guys, just check out CLDF and you just do it. Just help support everyone there because it's a good cause, man. Like just get them to 5 digits. Get them to over 10,000, man. I think you should do that. Just try to get them over 5 digits, bro. Because once like 6 digits, then you get to 1 mil, which is 7. So the more money, the better.
Yeah, definitely. And it all goes to research so we can have better treatments and hopefully cures to certain diseases. So yeah, without a doubt. So yeah, I totally hear you on that. And this is why shows like this are probably important to do. So, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up anyway. Thanks for coming on, ads, Charlie, and everyone else that was on earlier. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Hot Off the Press show, which will be 6 p.m. tomorrow. So that way, like, everyone's not caught up with the football later on. Yeah, but until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.